Definitely appreciate your time, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. If you could introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
Hey, it's your boy ABoog Carter, man. Southeast Side, Englewood's finest. You know what's going on, man.
For sure. So I definitely appreciate your time, man. We got a lot to get into,
Yeah,
man.
we
But
do.
before we get into that, man, for the people who may not know or may be seeing you for the first time, man, where you from? Where you grew up?
Man, so I was born on the east side, but raised in Englewood. You feel
Mhm.
me? My reach go through the whole city, but I'm very proud of where I was raised because, like, back then, growing up in Englewood, you were offered so many things, and then at the same time, they was also telling you while they was offering you these things, you might not make it.
Mhm.
So everything that I grew to be, every famous, popular, clouded thing I ever did, I always credited back to where I came from, the roots. You know what I'm saying? So definitely grew up on Englewood, 69th Street, States to the Lake.
For sure. So that's dope, man. So coming up over east in Englewood, man, what did you get into early? You know what I'm saying? Coming up, any aspirations? You know what I'm saying? Any?
So it's like the time zone, like they were offering you so much stuff, whether it was the drug free commercials, you could be a firefighter, a doctor, a nurse, all this stuff. You could be an actor. And you got this one kid, right? You know what I'm saying? That's like watching TV, watching the commercials, that's actually soaking this stuff up. Like, for real, I could do all this. You know what I'm saying? So instead of like looking at people thinking, man, I have to be in some kind of realm to do this, I actually was soaking it up. Like, right, I really can do all these things. So like, while I'm going to school, no matter what area I'm in, I could have been in the hood, or I could have been out the hood. In my mind, I was always telling myself, I'm gonna make this like this scenery because when I get older, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna try to do that. So like, I was always taking my environments, using it to prep myself to basically go forward towards, you know what I'm saying, stardom. I was doing this, so I was with all my homies around my. I was one of them kids that had talent at a young age, so my family knew it. They used to try to. We had a relative that was married to somebody who wrote anime comics and helped direct films. And every time our cousin would bring a husband over, they would always try to make me rap in front of them, like I was a puppet or something. So I always had this talent. You feel me? Since I was young, as far as being an entertainer.
For sure. And that's dope. I was just having a conversation. Like, I really didn't know what anime was for real. I knew I always liked it, but I didn't know like what it was for real till I was grown. On shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole thing. Like, I ain't got time to do all my damn research, but like the manga, all that goof ass shit, like I didn't even like know, but I knew I was interested, but I ain't had like them outlets, you know what I'm saying, as a short. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That'd be like that.
Like,
It was one of
I
those.
don't even know what channel Dragon Ball Z came on short. We was outside on short.
Telling you, man, I grew up right in the essence of like all. I felt like it was a great time ever. Like I was on the Millennium Kids, Y2K, all that.
What?
Everything that was coming around that time, I feel like was great for the soul. Whether it was TV, music, life lessons, presidents, because we had Bush. He messed everything up for me for like 8 years, but it was a great time to learn how to survive. You know what I'm saying? So.
For sure. That's crazy you mentioned Y2K. You remember where you was at? When like
Oh yeah,
all
I
like-
was at my grandma's house where I'm from, 69th, and I just remember because it was like we was a family house, so it was like 4 link cars and so I just remember them just ridiculously stocking, tossing. Oh, when 12 o'clock come, all the lights gonna go out. Buy all these canned goods and all these perishables and all this, and nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
12 o'clock came, we was watching like some pay-per-view WWE event.
I'm sure. It was crazy. We was at the church. We did the same thing, but we was at the church. OG dragged us to the church. We spent the night at the church. Man, we
Nothing
woke up. Wait.
The lights was still on.
That's the last day we ever went to church. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. The last day we started going trick or treating, everything after that. Oh, sure.
No, that's what I remember vividly. So it was just like I just remember like, and it was like blizzards. That was the blizzards where you couldn't
Yeah.
go outside and stuff come to your knees.
Oh, sure.
Close school for like a week.
Yeah.
Stuff that don't happen no more.
Right, on sure. Like you could go outside and shovel and make money. Like I barely
was my
snowed
thing.
last one on
Cousin
sure.
Brown, I swear to God, we every time it snowed, when people would be getting upset, we would be laughing and smiling and celebrating. Like
Right.
we live in a neighborhood where like the neighbors knew not to let nobody touch the snow but us. So we'd just wake up, count the houses. End of the day, we cashed out.
Yeah.
That was the good old times.
For sure, man. So when you was coming up, you know what I'm saying, did you get straight into what you doing now, or did you
Yeah.
play with anything like the sports or
So this the thing, right? This is why I love the era I grew up in. So it's like 3 things I wanted to be when I was growing up. A rapper, a musician was always one of them. Like my mom's auntie and sisters and big cousins, like we used to live in apartments together, and they all played a collection of music throughout the day. Music helped them through times, early in the morning, getting ready for work, for school. And my mom's, man, Earth, Wind and Fire, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige. She that, you know what I'm saying? Auntie, same thing. Brownstone, Janet Jackson, sister, all R&B, all the girl tracks, High Five, Shy, Cousin, hip hop, the soulful hip hop though. Parasite, Tribe Called Quest, the early Slum Village. I
Mm-hmm.
got all that in me. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a rapper. And then I always knew I wanted to play basketball and be a professional wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. Growing up watching wrestling,
I'm sure.
I I, I learned how to do it. I trained myself how to
Still
act.
be
You
watching
know,
the highlights and
I'm
shit.
telling you, man. Like, I was on a wrestling team in high school because most of the wrestlers I grew up watching, they were actually amateur wrestlers. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know what? I'm going to pick this up too because somewhere in life I may bump into something I want to be ready. So
I'm
it
sure.
was the three things I wanted to do, man. And I knew somewhere down the line I wanted to do acting.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of good movies that I grew up off of Terminator and Predator and stuff like that. And I, The Color Purple. I just seen some good acting when I was growing up, and it used to put me in the mind that I could do this too.
Mm-hmm. For
So
sure.
the things that I'm doing now, I always wanted to do them. I always knew I was going to do them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So any road bumps onto the way we to where we get here. So better yet, let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? You from the East Side, Englewood. You know what I'm saying? Which is the whole side, that whole South Side, East Side right now is on fire. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if you could talk to me about the evolution of the East Side. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you being inclined musically from. You know what I'm saying? You coming up to the what is known for now. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody participating like the drill, but that's what it's known for. You know what I'm saying? So just speak to the evolution of being on the feet on the ground.
It's it's like I could so I'll put it like this: sentences. I can have a conversation with you about it, but I can never sum it up and put it into like one word that would be a definition because it's an evolution and it's an ongoing evolution. This study evolves and evolves. When I was coming up, we had a lot of, and it's crazy because a lot of the rap was underground. You only had like the underground mainstream people would be considered like psychodrama, crucial conflict, do or die. You had a couple of the other ones, you know what I'm saying, that you would have to be around people to hear their music. But I used to look outside of our city. That's why I got my inspiration from. Like what inspired me was like New York. You know what I'm saying? The New York style of rap and music. And then, here come Cali and here come Cleveland, Bone and all that. So growing up like young, I felt like all the rap that I liked you know what I'm saying, wasn't available to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up listening to tongue twist and all that, and I could do that, but I favored the different style, like, New York. So I couldn't get that kind of music locally. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would always go buy the CD, instantly open the case, see who wrote, who produced. So as times was going up, I still stayed true to like what I did because no one knew me yet, no one heard me. Only my family knew I had this talent and probably a couple of my friends. So it was like, okay, I adapted the Chicago style and all the tongue twist and all that, but I favor this style. So, no matter what goes on with the times, I'm gonna keep, know what I'm saying, enhancing what I already got and adding to it because nobody heard it yet. So as I'm seeing times changing and the music changing, to me, it's really not changing. It's a repeated cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like what they consider drill, that ain't nothing but gangster rap. That would be gangster rap from the 90s. Anything that was hardcore. But now they say it's drill because it's a certain pattern, a certain style. Usually drill, they always talk about killing. It's a certain way they rap on the beat, a certain rhythm. You feel me? Versus somebody who like to bar it out and still be talking about drill. So it's like, yeah, it evolves and it rotates. But like to me, it's like I stay on top of it because I'm not like a one dimensional artist. That's like not a style I can't do. You feel me? So I don't feel like if tomorrow they doing techno, I'm gonna be left out. Like, nah, we can do techno too. Like, how you wanna do it?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I could definitely relate because, you know what I'm saying, born and raised in Chicago, I didn't really listen to a lot of Chicago artists. Like I fucked with the Twisters, you know what I'm saying, and the Crucial Conflicts. But I'm 32, so when I came up, they was a little bit, they was older still, you know what I'm saying. Even though that shit was hot, they was a little older, so we didn't necessarily like listen to them.
It's past it now.
You know what I'm saying?
The young eras.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't listen to those Chicago artists like Kanye on Shorty. So we was listening to Gucci, Waka. I kind of feel like Waka kind of like birthed it Chief Keef a little bit because he yelling bang, bang, bang. And that's what we was listening to in the streets. We was listening to Gucci and Waka out west in the streets before the drill came out on Shorty. So
that 2005/2010 era, you know what I'm saying, that was another great era of music being reborn. I don't know how I got to where I got to now. If the decade was bringing that style in, like that was y'all decade bringing it. That was a hot era. You had the Big Sean's and everybody like
for sure.
That was great music. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just
Yeah, for sure. On Shorty.
know it.
Now it's like you only the song and it gotta be 2 minutes on Shorty.
Yeah, that's crazy now how I blame designer because when he came out with Panda, a lot of people don't understand that was like a 8-bar verse and like a 12-bar hook. And he just put the hook in the beginning and the hook twice at the end. And it made everybody think that was a long song. Now, before you know it, all the songs start getting abbreviated. You get 3 verses now, you ain't got attention span for it unless it's like 8 bars or something.
True. And I give Panda like the production credits. Like Panda do slap though, you know what I'm saying? Like
It did. I ain't care what we sound like. I'm like, this shit
that
cold.
shit slap, that beat
I
slap.
played the hell out of it. Like, this shit hot, Joe.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna lie, I kind of, I was always living in the studio, bro. Always, nonstop. If you go over my pages, that's something I always did. Go in the studio, be live, go in the studio, because I love being in the studio. So, like, anything that was now, I always kept an ear to it and made sure, like, that, oh, that's a fresh bullet. Let me go get that for the gun, too, you know what I'm saying? So, if times come, I'll be able to use that if necessary.
Okay. So talk to me when you decide to go full fledged like to the music. What does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Do you instantly get to dropping shit? Or you just recording shit and posting it on SoundCloud? Like what's the mode?
So that's crazy. So, like, and I'm proud of my age. When I first like really got a chance to get into it like I wanted to, because like I've been writing music my whole life. Still to this day, I have every notebook I ever wrote a rap in, all through high school, I could run you through it. So like I'm in the hood, 69th, you know what I'm saying? I'm spitting, I'm hot. Everybody know I'm hot. And I got one of my brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was getting into it too. He wasn't as polished as me, but his sisters, they had a group in the hood that kind of had fame. They had like rap underground fame. It was called like LOS, you know what I'm saying? You actually could look them up, LOS, Meat Eaters, you know what I'm saying? And his sister and one of my best friend's brothers was in a group. And I'm like, man, these niggas down there famous to us, you know what I'm saying? They rapping. Like hearing somebody on a CD back then that you knew, that you can see and touch, that was like, they was famous. You feel me? So we like, damn, our big brothers and shit from the hood doing music and shit like that. I was always cold. They never knew that. So I would take the young generation like, hey, we get a chance to get their attention, man, we gonna blow them away. Instead of, hey, let us get in the studio. It's like, nah, we just gonna keep working and polishing, stacking this stuff. And when they turn around and look at us and actually give us their attention, we gonna blow them away. So I could never really find a studio to get in, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching Making the Band Jump, antsy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh God, if I could just get into the studio. One of my friends, one of my brothers, his peoples had like a little studio. They found that we could rap, so they took us to the studio. I'm 17. That's the first time I ever recorded in the studio. We recorded, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, bro, I fell in love. I walked in there. Everything to me was just like everything I imagined. It was the wood grain. You had the microphones. I'm looking at the big.
So your first time was real deal
It
official.
was a real studio. Now, what's crazy is I didn't record in a real studio after that until like a couple of years. Everything was built it yourself.
Right.
Directly after that, I started recording on tracks. Like we was recording, that should have come out on tracks. You would go put it in the tape cassette.
Yeah, whatever that means.
with only 3 tracks to record on. Like you only get 3 tracks to use to record. So we would record on this blue thing, and it'll record your sound.
You still got this audio?
Actually, shout out Pops, man, Back Porch. Him and my Uncle Q, they probably still got it.
I love to hear that shit.
I would bring it to you. It's
shit
crazy.
sound like,
It's
Joe.
crazy.
Evolution. That's how
we used to have beats.
Them, Joe.
Because the way we used to get the beats, we used to loop stuff.
Right.
We
So
would
you
hear
got the tracks on the tape hype. Where the instrumental at?
So this is how we do it. Like we either would hear a beat. You know how beats used to go off and people just want to rap at the end of the beat. If the beat clean, where at the end of the beat, where it's just a clean loop, they'll loop it and run it over and over, and we'll make a beat out of that.
Right.
Unless we just brought you an instrumental and then you could loop it. We had to record it and loop it into the machine.
Right. I'm sure.
That's how it was.
Man, that's ingenuity like a motherfucker.
That's how it was. I done recorded on every kind of thing, man. Where it was the stocking cap over the coat hanger, the boiler room in the closet, the bathroom. You close the car. I didn't even record it in the car. You close, roll the windows up. It's a booth. I done recorded on every kind of evolution of music you could possibly make.
So let me ask you this. This is a question I ask a lot of guests. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you have to record in the studio to make music? Do you prefer one or the other? Is it necessary if you get in album mode? Do you have to go to a top flight studio? Like,
for where I'm at in my career right now, because this album I'm working on, I done worked on it for like the past 5-6 years. Every time I got ready to drop it, something happened. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was somebody lost the files or so now, for how far I am in the game, I got to put it out with a high quality sound. But it really don't matter where you record it, as long as whoever putting their fingers on the mixes, they know how to mix. Lil Wayne was showing us a lot of these famous verses that we love from him. He was recording in living room. He was on house arrest. You know what I'm saying? Some of them famous verses.
I'm sure they did a lot of them Watch the Throne verses in the motherfucking hotel room.
You feel me? And it's just all about your mixer. You know what I'm saying? If you got the right microphone, you know what I'm saying, and you got the right person on the mixer, you good.
They be having them $10,000 microphones. I'm sure.
By the way, shout out to like some of the dope engineers, you know what I'm saying? Squale, you know what I'm saying? Chef Female, Soundmaster T, Corey Ether, bro, he do engineering. Ejilla, a couple of the guys.
Corey Ether, is that the guy to dress up?
Yeah, with his brand, got the primary
Yeah.
colors on. Look
That
like
ain't-
Almus Jones.
I think I know you're talking about. I'm sure.
Ether, you can't miss
Right,
him.
okay,
He's
yeah,
same
we
color
like
as
that.
blood seal.
Oh yeah, right, for sure.
That's my
For sure. Yeah.
That's my brother.
Yeah, I seen him at a couple events, man. So yeah, man. Let's switch it up a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got that much time, man. And you know,
I'm spin back on you already.
that's what I say. We're gonna have to have, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get our Vlad and Boosie on up here, man. But what I wanna ask you is, man, talk to me about before we even get in that, before we even get there, let's get into the radio, the podcasting, you know what I'm saying? How do you find yourself in that mode? You know what I'm saying? Was that a door that opened itself to you? Was that something you was looking for?
Yeah.
How that
I
work
wanted to
out?
do it. I always wanted to be in radio and media. You know what I'm saying? That was always something that anybody who know me in real life, they tell you that these things I used to practice behind the scenes.
And excuse me, I don't. What would you go? Cause you do radio, you do events. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Co-host,
what
radio
do
personality.
do you got a title, or
title.
or you just list
Entertainer.
everything?
I list myself as an entertainer because all them things are forms of entertainment. I'm a show host. I'm a radio personality. I'm an artist, songwriter, event creator. All them things is just fashions of entertainment.
I was starting to think you had like a monopoly on the show hosting. I'm sure it was like for a minute, wasn't no show being hosted unless it was about you.
And
I'm
this
like,
is exactly why I had to bring this to the light of the podcast. Like, and I'm glad you brought that up. So, shout out to all the radio stations and all the media now. Like, as an artist, when I first got in this game, we didn't have that many outlets. You feel me? And for the outlets that we still have from back then, salute to you. But at one point in time, there was nobody but me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I always say this, like my work is public. When I be telling people to do some research on me, I mean, it's like how you get on YouTube and smoke a blunt, pull up somebody. All my work is public. You can Google me. It's not nothing you gotta, it's not up there. Everything I done public. I'm gonna drop a gem real quick. I am the only current artist, and I say current artist because I never stopped being an artist. When people start doing radio and media, they pretty much left the artistry alone. You feel me? When they started becoming promoters and stuff, they didn't walk away from the artistry. No. I am the only artist who was a top level artist, winning awards for being an artist, and I also won awards for being a radio personnel at the same time. When I was hosting for Urban Grind, I won a legitimate Chicago Music Award, being a part of that staff, and I was the lead host. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't like say they have that. You can Google that. The Chicago Music Awards is a legit platform, you know what I'm saying? And when I was working for UG, you know what I'm saying, I actually won that award. You feel me? So it's like that's something I got under my belt in media. A lot of people don't have that. And no diss to the platforms that we have now, like these major platforms we got, like the 312 Awards and Illy Awards. But before we had all those, you know what I'm saying? We've always had the Chicago Music Awards. Like I'm in the books, you know what I'm saying, for doing this. So that's something that I take with pride when we was losing the staff at UG. Like I told you, Miranda was finna get ready to leave. A lot of the staff that was there, legendary DJ MH Titter, Wild Bill, you know what I'm saying? Those guys were leaving. You feel me? So basically, Wally told me, hey, Boog, I need a new cast. I had a cannabis show that was reaching out to me that wanted me to be their lead host. So I had reached out to Treasure. I met her from doing shows with Sherman Demand.
Cannabis show, shout out, reach out to me now.
like for real. So they reached out to me and I did a couple of interviews with them and did some auditions with them, and I had a Treasure, you know what I'm saying, breading herself up and polishing herself up to be on that show. It never failed.
out.
It never failed. Shout out to her. It never fell through. So she had hit me back, was like, Boog, what happened with the show? You know what I'm saying? So I just light switch went off in my head, like, you know what, I'm just gonna bring her over to UG. You know what I'm saying? Riley keep telling me we need new females, need a new cast.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna slide her in. She's like the female prince. So like I'm gonna bring her in. I interviewed her before, but when I brought her in, you know what I'm saying, like as a co-host, it was like a different vibe. And then Lucky Luciano, who calls herself Kia now, you know what I'm saying? She was another one who I was polishing up. I brought her in. Lissa Blair actually came. Felice told me to actually watch her as far as interviewing her as an artist. And when I was interviewing Lissa Blair as an artist, she pulled me to the side and was telling me that she also wanted to get into media. So I told her, like, well, look, go holler at him, give it a shot. Before you know it, I had a brand new cast. You know what I'm saying? And we was running the show, like some of the funnest episodes ever, you know what I'm saying? Funnest energy that you could actually pull up on YouTube. Pull up Urban Grind, ABoog Carter, you'll see me, hella episodes of Treasure. That was my leading co-host. I would always have Treasure and Liz on one side. We kicked the show off and we interviewed a lot of plethora of people. So.
For sure. And we finna spin around back to all this, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to leave no stone untouched, unturned, you know what I'm saying? So you did mention, you know what I'm saying, your catalog and this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's all out there. It's public record, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen you, you know what I'm saying? I don't watch TV, but I've seen, you know what I'm saying, going through your stuff, you know what I'm saying? I've seen you on these sets, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? and like like
Interviews you.
like you don't even make it like a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Like when the way you carry yourself and shit, like I would have never thought, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first met you like at Loud Money, I would have never thought that you like did TV and no shit
Did
like
all
that.
this.
You know what I'm saying? So how did you get into that? You know what I'm saying? And how deep is that? Like is it
It's like so. Like I said, these things I always wanted to do. Like while I was always working on my acting skills, I've got a leeway. One day I was on the internet, and I just was like, let me type the pages up. You just how we type stuff up.
what are you doing over here?
I'm like, let me type the page up.
How
See
you
if
make
they
a
got
podcast?
Yeah. I typed the page up. I seen, that they said submit through email. So I had already, I'm sorry, bro, I had already paid for a professional profile, took pictures, had an agent and all that, and nothing was never coming through. So when I reached out on my own to the email, they replied back to me right away. And let me just drop this jewel on camera. I love stuff that be recorded because it lives forever. You can't delete it. Before everybody was easily getting on these shows, like Empire and stuff like that. And it's not a knock to everybody that's been on there.
And I ain't want to say that. You don't know. I don't know if you know, but I kind of stumbled over my words. I was gonna say because everybody on this shit now.
No, I'm finna break it down though, because salute to anybody who can do something that you add to your resume. But back when I got on the show, you couldn't just get on that show. I was one of the first original members, know what I'm saying? When it came to being extras on that show, it's a couple of other people, know what I'm saying, that we'll spin back on. They called us like the first, it was a click they made for the show called Gutter Life. It was only supposed to be for one episode. But they liked it, our energy, and liked it how we looked so much. They started writing more stuff into the show to keep the extras on, know what I'm saying? So we was doing the show like 3-4 times a week. If you watch the first 2 seasons, you will see me in so many cameos. I'm standing next to celebrities, next I'm walking past and the same. They used to call me back and use me for multiple things. And back then, everybody couldn't get on the show. So it kind of was like a big prestige. I remember when the episodes would come on, everybody on the internet, they'd be like, oh, Boog finna be on Empire. Everybody turned to it, and the whole world turned to it just to see me do my cameos. Then before you know it, it became like an easier thing over the years. Everybody could just get on there, get on there. It wasn't like that at first. And man, you bro, when I was on there, I was on Chicago Med, Chicago 5, Chicago PD. I was doing all them shows at the same time. I even got my son on a couple of episodes. You feel me? So I was just trying to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? I was always doing it.
So what about, you know what I'm saying, any like amateur roles, you know what I'm saying? Have you, I know like Tubi real big now and like a lot of the amateur.
I did some B-roll movies before. I actually can't remember the name, but I'm a dig back in the IG because I always keep the evidence public. I got some of the stuff on IG. I can pull it back up. But I did a couple of B-roll movies. And then I actually did a real movie called Captive State. John Goodman was the star of it. People don't know who that is. That's the dad from Roseanne. He played Fred Flintstone, and he's the voice of Hound from Transformers. I actually filmed that with him down at Soldier Field. So in the movie, when y'all see that they at the stadium and all that, that CGI was really at Soldier Field. We filmed that movie in Chicago. So I got like some real credits under my name, you know. So
that's dope. That's dope, man. So now we finna spin around back on all this shit, man. We finna spin around back on all this shit, spinning on his head, man. You know what I'm saying? You been in this game for a long time. You know, a lot was going on, man. Let me ask you, spinning back on the music, man. Give me your opinion on your peers in the music industry that you're a part of right now in our bubble. You know what I'm saying? What's the vibe?
our industry, right? Because shout out to Q-Bar. Q-Bar's always get on the internet. Legendary DJ Q-Bar.
Oh, so I'll be watching his shit. He be on there,
You know, he get on niggas' ass. Like, we don't got no industry in Chicago. As much as he makes sense, I kind of got to like oppose that because we do. Whatever you may not want to call the industry, it's something here we have.
We definitely
we're a
do.
part of. You know
Definitely
what I'm saying? It's something. You may not be able to put a title on it, but it's something.
Yeah,
you feel me? We made each other through it. I mean, when I interviewed you. So it's like, I love it because I love what you can do with it when you're moving the right way. And I also despise of it because, bro, it is a lot of, and I want to make sure the camera's watching me, it is a lot of sleazy people in this industry. And I don't mean just the typical sleazy. It's sleazy people, you know what I'm saying, that comes with smiley faces that do productive, positive things, who's always promoting positive things, but really are some slimy, dirty people. They will do some dirt to you and hurry up and go get on the internet and promote some positive stuff so you will never see that. You know what I'm saying? And we're surrounded by so many people like that. And that's one of my opinions why I think it's really, really hard for a lot of people to break through. I don't want to do the typical, oh, Chicago can't make it, Atlanta. No, we have major opportunities that come through Chicago. The problem is the wrong people get their hands on them before they get to who they supposed to get to. And then before you know it, the situations become tainted. You know what I'm saying? I speak this from, I used to be in rooms, sitting at tables, like, damn. You feel me? Like, why I got to be like this, though? You know what I'm saying? And I only say that because I represent the people, bro. You feel me? I don't come with hidden agendas. I don't have no step on your toes, cutthroat, nothing. There's nothing no one can prove to you about anything shiesty about me. It's not gonna happen because that's not a part of my agenda. My DNA is like hard investment, hard work, talent. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's backstabbing, cutthroat is like I don't stand on that. That's not a part. I don't draw like that at all. So it's almost like the training day effect. If you remember training day, when they all got that money, and this is my best example, when they all had that money, they was like, going through it, and that white boy was like, "Hey, maybe we should take this back." They all looked up and realized, "Hey, we got to eliminate him. He ain't with the shit." My thing is, when I let you know I'm not with the shit, let me be. Don't turn around and try to gang up on me. Don't try to build up no bad energy on me. If I checked you about something that you know you was wrong with behind the scenes, don't go try to go build I don't like Boog committee when the whole time you have a situation. You feel me? Any kind of situation I've ever had by this industry, it came from them misusing my energy, taking the love and doing the wrong thing with it. Every time I click with somebody and we click behind the scenes, I'm always talking about, man, we can make it, we can do this, that, and the third. I'm supporting them, I'm coming out to their shows. If anything started to go wrong, it's because they started doing wrong with my energy consistently. And then when I find out, of course I'm gonna back away from you. Because when I'm publicly rocking with you and you on BS with me behind the scenes, I'm finna check you because it's only with you. It ain't for the public. People don't never leave it there. They always want to go gathering up. And I think that happens a lot in this industry with a lot of situations, you feel me? I love it for what it could become, and then I dislike it because a lot of people use it for BS. I always say when I'm hosting shows, as I'm introducing myself when I'm on the stage, there's no crabs in the barrel, you feel me? I don't believe in that because we're not crabs. But I do believe in riding apples, you know what I'm saying? I do believe in, you know what I'm saying, a bad thorn or you know what I'm saying, cancer, you know what I'm saying? If you know you that, and this is to people who know what you are. You know behind the scenes that you be on BS. Just because it's not known doesn't mean that energy ain't gonna come back around. A lot of people think because of the negative energy they put out is in disclosure that they can still portray the positive image, you know what I'm saying, to the public eye. I always talk to people conscious and I always tell them, hey, if you knew that you felt this way towards me and you did this, that, and the third, and you knew that was negative, then once you projected that into the world and it went any way but that, you gotta hold yourself accountable for that. You can't put out negative
Gotta make
energy.
it right the same way you put it out.
You can't put out slick negative energy and then expect for righteousness, know what I'm saying?
For sure. Let me pose this to you, man. So I started doing this like 2020. Before this, I don't got no background in this. I wasn't on no shows. I wasn't doing none of this. I came straight from what I was doing before this to do this on Shorty. So when I came into this, you know what I'm saying, I already made it like I wasn't gonna get no beef with nobody. I made it, you know what I'm saying? I made it, so I wouldn't even entertain no shit like that. But what I noticed is still on the music is it still like cliques and like groups and like you got certain artists that perform at this show at this venue every weekend. You got these shows. So am I tweaking? Do you see that? And how do you navigate that as an artist that gotta perform, then promote, then network, then feature, then, you know what I'm saying, all in the same bunch? Like, how the fuck do you navigate that?
You asking the right motherfucker this shit too, because I've always said this in a lot of my interviews. All of my interviews are public. You can pull them up. I call it promotional wars, just like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, WCW, ECW, WWF. It was a real serious thing going on with the promotional wars. And the promotional wars got so bad where it was a lot of talented, dope artists who gave up because they got caught in a promotional war. So the point where they like, you know what, this stuff ain't doing nothing. I'm grown. I ain't got time for yada yada. And I was like, damn, you really got it though. It was a real thing. It was a time where if you do shows here and you did shows there, oh, this promoter ain't rocking with you no more. I've been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? I've been a victim of promoters like giving me the giving me the cold shoulder, you know what I'm saying, because I went to go brand myself on other platforms. My only reason for doing it is because I already came in the game fully grown. I've been talented and been a rapper my whole life. I didn't have the exposure until I got like my late 20s. So it's like I came in the game, whatever y'all had going on. I'm a real supervisor in the real world. I supervised Soldier Field and Northerly Island at the time, you feel me? So I know business. I don't want to get caught in y'all stuff. I'm just here to learn. So when parts I show you I'm uneducated, don't take the part of educating me as into pulling me into your territory. You feel me? Because when I show you I'm not with that, now you're going to feel like, oh, I revealed too much. I got to take him out. Nah. Let me come and go as I please. Now, if you stand for what I believe in, I will represent you to the fullest. The moment I see a discrepancy or disservice towards artists, you know what I'm saying, in your lecture, then I can't rock with it because I'm always going to be an artist at heart. No matter how much I level up as a radio personnel shows, I am an artist. If it's a disservice to an artist, I don't stand by it. There was a point in time they used to call me like the LeBron James of the underground world because I stood up for the artist. If something came wrong across our table, I would have to face it, you know what I'm saying? I would face it the right way, you know what I'm saying? I created platforms for artists where when they was getting caught in the promotional wars, some artists didn't want to go here no more. They didn't want to go there. They got tired of spending $100 and a third. I started creating platforms and shows. I was one of the first artists to like fund my own shows.
I always tell artists they should do that. I'm sure.
So I'm one of the first, bro. And when I say this,
If I
some
could
of the
rap, I have
big promoters and big artists now, they were in my shows. You know what I'm saying? Like I created this wave called 290 versus Dan Ryan.
Oh,
It's actually a page. So
I remember that.
I'm gonna say this on your
I
camera.
remember that page.
And I want you to zoom in on. I'm gonna say this on your camera because I said this before on the internet, right? I'm the first person that created the verses, not verses, not no diss, no other platform. You feel me?
So you created 290
versus Dan Ryan.
I remember that shit.
came
That
from me.
was on Facebook.
Yeah, it's a page. It's a whole page and
I remember that.
everything. When you go to the
I remember
page, it's me and Miranda.
Yeah, I remember that.
She represents 290. I represents the
I
other side.
remember that.
I'll tell you what's crazy about that. I'm the first one that created a versus. This is no diss to no other platform who does it. This is public evidence, and you could ask like major people that tell you, the Nino Corleones, and I had major people in it, Cold Steel, Shy Blizz, they would tell you I created this. The reason why I created this is because at the time I'm still like one of the most popular artists, and I'm unterritorial. You feel me? I used to be with Go Boys, you know what I'm saying, a part of their brand, but I was still known as an unterritorial artist. So at that time, I could do things that'd bring everybody together instead of everybody.
I just known you was from out west. I'm sure.
No, I used to be out west because I make fun of out west so much because they always feel like, oh, we got it on the music side of Chicago. So I used to always go out there and go mess with all they artists and be competing against them in shows and shit. So out west is like them my people.
Out west coming up now, but out south I always had out west just coming up.
I'm glad you said that.
Of course, I'm a fan of music.
Back then, being in the shows, when
most
I'm
of
in the
my
shows,
playlists outside artists.
I'm in the shows with the Mika Lucianos, the Lil Chris's, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Lil Chris,
the Bo G's, the Mikey Dollars, even though he's from the east side. Like I'm in the shows, all the 290 heavies. So that would created me coming out with the We Over East and banging the east side hard. Like, wait a minute, all this national stuff I did, I'm from the southeast side. Y'all ain't finna make it seem like y'all the only ones that got it. Hold on, now. And then every show we did, you still got the West Side Legends in the show. So any West Side Underground artist that's in the show with the West Side Legends, they gonna automatically feel like it's their territory.
For sure.
So yeah, we all Chicago, but hold on, I'm in here. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much like how that is. And like to sum up the territorial thing, like when I created the wave, you know what I'm saying, with my girl Miranda Wright, because I definitely used to pull her in everything I had going on. That was my business partner, everything I did. We was more than artists. I had an idea of like showcasing talent. That's why I created it. I kind of like had a Battle of the Sexes, Wild and Out idea when I created the 290 versus Dan Ryan. It was categories, and the categories, it seemed like we're competing, but really I'm throwing a major concert because we battling, we talking crazy, we putting up the memes on the internet. I started all that. How we would be dissing each other before the verses, like I started that. You can go back and see we are all, but I'll be in the group inbox letting everybody know, hey, we doing this for sport. Don't nobody take this out of content, you feel me? All the jokes that you probably really want to say about me, go on, let them out, know what I'm saying? Then we get to the show. We're going to have these categories, and we're going to battle them out, and then there was rewards. And that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? We battled them out. We had categories. What happened is it got so big, everybody wanted to be a part of it. I was getting calls from promoters trying to help me with it. The only thing I didn't do was follow back up on it because when I was trying to follow up on it the next year, I seen some negative wrenches in it that was trying to be cancerous to it. And I was like, if it's not going to have the same energy where it was a unity thing, then I don't want it until it gets back to that. I don't want no divide and conquer because it wasn't your side versus my side that started beef. It was your side versus my side, but really Chicago, we showcasing our talents. You feel me? So however big the platform and the stage got, it was for everybody who's feel like they the voice of the voiceless to get a chance to show people. We may not get a chance to get Crucial Conflict or Do or Die attention or get their crowd attention. We in the shows with them. But if we make something that's big and loud enough and they start paying attention, okay, we got that attention, let's show them. Hey, just like I told you when I was growing up in my neighborhood, we had celebrities that was doing music, you know what I'm saying? We didn't want to just walk up to them and be like, hey, give us a chance. We want to show them. I grew up on the Shy Blizz.
For sure. We used to see twists. We used to see all type of people shit driving through the hood. Motherfuckers used to know people cars, but it was like it was a different time.
Like,
right,
you fanned out, but you ain't want to be fanned out, especially if you know
gang members and everything. Like
yeah.
there's people on shore.
Me and Shy Blizz, little brother, grew up with each other. We was like best friends. We used to see this nigga come out the house every day and get in the car and go to the major stations. I'm best friends with DJ Fez, little cousin. He's a major pillar in the music world. Still ain't made it where he need to make it yet. We used to see these niggas come out the crib like every day. And we used to be like, we gonna get their attention one of these days.
Repeat had a van driving through the hood on sure. I mean, all that shit. Everybody had vans and shit.
Being in these rooms with these people now, know what I'm saying? And they be looking at us, especially Blizz. I love Blizz. He always make sure he pat me on the back from what he seen me learning to do at a teen and then seeing where I'm at now, how I just kept sticking at it. It's people that have stopped. Even his brother done probably stopped. He seen me kept going like, You feel me? Shauna, her brother, Jeff Guy. That's one of the like greatest rappers in the world. Y'all think Shauna cool? If y'all ever heard her brother? Know what I'm saying? I met him in Pocket Town. That was one of my mentors back in 2005. He was mentoring me all the time. You feel me? That's why I'm so familiar with her.
Let me ask you this, man. Since you've been in so many rooms, you know what I'm saying, you put a lot of people on, you did a lot of things for yourself as well. I done had a few people up here, and I also saw a conversation kind of on the internet a while back talking about like gatekeepers in the music industry in Chicago, and certain people considering themselves legends who may not be legends. So let me ask you this two-part questions: is there gatekeeping in music in Chicago, and do what makes you a Chicago legend? Or do we have people who claiming they're Chicago legends who not Chicago legends? Like, what's the criteria to be a Chicago legend?
So like to me, like gatekeepers, there was a such thing as that, and it still exists in certain kind of realms, but it definitely was. A definition of gatekeeper to me was somebody who had some kind of connect or some kind of authority or some kind of power or some kind of finance that can lead to power, that can create things that would be a disservice to you or can block some things if you only tend to go down that route, if you only tend to go to that club. If you only going to this club because they connected to this radio station, and you feel like this is the only way you can make it in life, you know what I'm saying? Then that would be a gatekeeper to you know what I'm saying? That's something that can open up opportunity for you. The reason why I say it exists in some realms, because right now, what you got going on, you could consider yourself a gatekeeper. You feel me? You're a part of the media world. You have a platform that has a value to it. People want to be a part of it, and it's a leeway to things. You know what I'm saying? It can open up for you, and it also can stop things for you. So let's suppose somebody was trying to tarnish your brand or trying to tarnish your name. You could use your platform to defend yourself, which would be a disservice to them. So that's why I say it could be an either or. So that's that on the gatekeeper side. And then like, what's the other question as far as the
It was a conversation on Facebook a while ago. They was like
legends?
the legends. Like people was trying to say certain people wasn't legends. Yeah, I forget bro name because I shout him out, but I forget his name. But he was like, yeah, he had made a couple posts or live or something. But he was like, y'all ain't legends.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, and he be speaking his mind. So I'm gonna tell you something about that. It is a such thing as legends. You do respect the title. Like I personally respect the legends. You know what I'm saying? Because like I grew up off of them. They made it mainstream. They've been on stage you never been on. They've done things you never get a chance to do. So you have to respect that. But at the same time, you can't abuse that title though. You feel me? Like no one's gonna disrespect it, but you can't always flaunt it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it could be a disservice to the upcomers. You know what I'm saying? Use that to help some of us because if you a legend, that means, you know what I'm saying, you have history, decades, time. So you have a lecture, you know what I'm saying? You have a resume. Why somebody else is trying to build theirs, you know what I'm saying? Whether they want to admit it or not, your resume was a part of their origins. Even if they don't know about it. You could have just got started, like you said, and didn't really know too much about some of the legends. But the people who you rocked with that helped you open doors probably caught some blessings from the legends' work. You feel me? So it's always respected. What I don't like is if you start taking it and abusing it. You feel me? Coming to current things, feeling obligated, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like just because of this, it's supposed to always keep going like this. And before you know it, that becomes a disservice to the current artists like us. I've been a part of some shows where that has happened, where the legends that got so caught up into, you know what I'm saying, their legendary status where they've brought a disservice to the current artists. I've seen some times where they've got into it where it didn't cause some shows to like get canceled right in the middle of some of us like, damn, we ain't even get a chance to perform yet. Like, you feel me? But because it's not a legend I've not interviewed, especially when I'm in media mode, I've had interviewed them all. I got great relations with a lot of them. So it's like, if you unknown and you don't have a purpose, that might can happen to you. But it's like the more known you make yourself, the more you can probably be like, okay, that may not happen to me because like when they know your work, there's a respect value to it. Not saying there's a purpose of disrespect to the unknown, but you know, if you walk in the building in a room full of known people, you're unknown, you might not get the same proper respect and acknowledgement as if like now you step in the building, oh, I know who 290 is, you know what I'm saying? Woo up the band. That's right there where I think the twist comes in at with the word legend and stuff like that. But I feel them because sometimes the game is disrespectful to them. But just don't let that make you be like that to us because we ain't got nothing to do with that. And as far as I'm concerned, I've been great to all the legends. I support them all. I've spent hella $100 to be in shows with them. I got good relations with them. So, yeah.
And the last thing on the music before we move on to this, y'all look out for the part two before we move on
we
to
gonna
the
turn up.
to the radio and shit, man. With the music, what the fuck I was supposed to say? I lost my train of thought, man.
Shit get good.
Hell yeah. I'm sure it's cause I be stacking questions, man. I be stacking questions. I'm finna grab this motherfucker though, cause I want to ask. Yeah, with the music, man. I had an artist come up here, man. He made a statement about the slot giveaways and the contest and all that shit. He said something like, I can't quote him. I'm gonna start getting quotes for y'all with y'all tags and everything. He said something like,
You know, slots.
the slot giveaways ain't nothing but old niggas who couldn't make it in rap and who trying to feed off the little niggas to get paid, man. So I done seen you host a few of these, you know what I'm saying? Slot giveaways, contests. What's your opinion as a spectator and as an artist that's probably participating in them?
The game is to be sold, not to be told. Hey, so let me tell you something about that. Like that do exist, but I'm just gonna speak about what I do. Like anything you ever, and this goes back to like I told you in the early part of the interview. If it's a disservice to the artist, I do not put my name on it. I don't represent it. I don't promote it, and don't ask me about it because I'm gonna tell you the truth. You feel me? So anything you ever seen my name on, know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, man, you see flyers. People don't read flyers right. When you look at a flyer, you have to look at the very top and the very bottom. If you look at the very top, it'll let you know when you see such and such presents, that's usually the person that came up with the idea or who put the money up for it. At the bottom, it usually have that person down there too or they logo, you feel me? So despite of whoever brands or stuff you will see on there, if you see my name on it, know what I'm saying, it's 100% righteous, you feel me? I work for Put the City On. You go to their page on IG, you see my name right there in the top. You feel me? I was an artist going through his platform, performing and paying. It's legit. I asked for platforms to help me as an artist, you know what I'm saying, to brand myself and get myself out there more nationally, right when the promotional wars was in the thick. When the promotional wars was in the thick of happening. Don't go here, don't go there. I reached out to certain platforms like Put the City On and was like, look, I don't want to get caught in other promotional wars. I'm just trying to make it. So is there any way I can get your support to, be behind me, you know what I'm saying, whatever I got going on? Rock with me, whatever I got to pay for, whatever I got to do. And the owner of that platform was like, I bet, I got you. I started coming to some of his shows, and before you know it, I leveled up and started throwing my own shows. Keyword, y'all, when you throw your own shows, people be watching you. When you put your own radio shows together, people be watching you. I started throwing my own shows. I started hosting shows. Before you know it, the platform had reached back out to me like, hey, you be hosting shows and stuff like that. Here, come work for my platform. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, your platform legit. I've won money and won celebrity slots off this. You know what I'm saying? That's legit. Here's the thing with the slots. I always tell artists, if you ain't got a plan, you're going to end up saying that. You're going to do a lot of shows, right? You're going to be all shaky hands, taking pictures. Shout out to this promoter. You gave me opportunity. A couple months later, you're going to be, oh, they just want money for this, that, and the third. Here's the thing. You got to have a plan. Like, if you know you coming in this game and you trying to build up a lot of content, so you need valuable content, meaning you're going to have to do a lot of celebrity shows, a lot of popular shows, a lot of shows that's cracking. You're going to have to spend for that, you know what I'm saying? Take that content and push it. Use it. EPK, resume, you know what I'm saying? Just like how Shondell wake up and keep sharing that picture with him and Jay-Z. Feel me? But he gonna make sure to the new people who don't know, look at this work. You feel me? This is work. That's why you be seeing me when I make that post. I be like, show the work. Don't matter if it's old, like show the work.
Sure. I tell the people same thing. Share if it's
Slots.
new, older, and different. Share that shit.
See,
I'm sure.
people think the game is like how it used to be. You feel me? Sometimes it still is about talent, but sometimes you take a look. It needs a lot of finance, a lot of business, and a whole bunch of luck. Here's the luck part, just to be brief. What the slot giveaways, these artists be like performing and then get one of these slot giveaways and get around the celebrity hoping like just a big moment, just a big moment. You treat that as a muscle, keep that in shape, because you may get in a situation where you may perform and get backstage with a nigga, and then before you know it, they like what you did, and they may want you to rock out with them. Shout out my boy Easy O'Hell. He said he did that one time. He was rocking with Stove God. He spent his bread to get on that performance, know what I'm saying? He rocked out. He said the man pulled him to the side and was like, hey, if I bring you on tour, could you do this every night? He like, yeah, know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just gotta have that in your mind. People be thinking when they go to these shows, if they don't get discovered, they don't make it. Oh, you janking me, woo, this, that, and the third. Like, you name one artist that can determine when they gonna make it, they'll be on.
For sure, man. We got 25 minutes left on the camera, man. Let's get into this radio podcast and let's get into this stuff, man. So, let's talk about your career at UGTV, man, because I got a few of they former talent over here with me now. You know what I'm saying? So what was your experience like with UGTV overall, and what's your relationship now with them?
Well, currently I don't have a relationship with them right now. That's not my fault. I'm saying? That's up to the owner. You feel me? He has to work out what he need to work out with me. I dedicated 2.5 years straight to his platform, to his business. And it wasn't just what y'all would see on TV. Like, we did a lot of red carpet interviews. See, I'm like one of the first people to do a lot of red carpet interviews. See how everybody doing it now, red carpet, backdrops and all that. That's okay. I support that. But you gotta understand the ones who paved the way. I'm one of the first that was doing it. Like, he used to call me all the time. We'd be in so many locations, and I'm like the only one that always jump up and come. I'm at car shows. We out at comedy clubs. I'm everywhere he called me to do. So I'm doing media red carpet interviews, and I'm doing TV broadcasts and radio interviews too. You know what I'm saying? In the same day, like every episode. So like the relationship, as far as him, when he called me there, great guy. He's with the energy bees, the chakras and all that. So you gotta, if you're not a retrograde person or somebody who knows how to read energy, it'll throw you off. But like the environment was like great because it's a trade. You get a chance to be in production. You get a chance to, learn stuff. You get a chance to see what it's like to run film, editing, casting. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of the greatest experiences ever because I always wanted to do it, and I was great for it. The people was great. The only thing I didn't like about it is like, when something goes wrong with me, I don't always like react with emotion and nothing like that because sometimes when things go wrong, it's not I'm being real, I'm trying to be real bold about it. I ain't modifying nothing. Sometimes you gotta make sure things are really what they are so you won't falsely read it. You feel me? So when the thing that went wrong with me and UG is he had a falling out with Mobbed Up Inc. You know what I'm saying? That's another company that we had partnered with. We ended up moving to their studio and we started filming their studio. They had a falling out. I wasn't like really made aware of it. You feel me? So as I'm doing the slot giveaways, one of the artists had scored because I judged the artist. He scored high, and I end up scoring his card. He ended up winning the whole Lil Durk slot giveaway to go headline with Lil Durk in Philadelphia. The two companies had a falling out, UG and Mobbed Up. I didn't know.
Who the fuck was that? That was
My guy, his name is BBY Joe, Baby Joe. He won the slot giveaway to go open up for Lil Durk in Philadelphia. When I picked him to win, I'm working for UG at the time. They didn't have a fallout, so when I picked him to win, I guess, you know what I'm saying, the owner of UG, like, looking at me weird, like, I got something going on with the owner over there, when I already had good relations with the owner before they joined companies. They had a falling out, like, promotional wars and all that. Don't pull me in the riffraff, because I represent your company, and I'm a good affiliate with him. Whatever y'all got going on ain't got nothing to do with me, because, like, I'm a big person, but I'm little league compared to what y'all got going on. Y'all the owners. That's the big leagues.
Right.
Don't put me in that. So when they split, know what I'm saying, anybody I guess that was affiliated with them, you know how territorial stuff be. Oh, I can't rock with you no more. So that's pretty much what happened. They were trying to make sure that there was no bad blood between the individuals at UG and them at Mobbed Up. You know what I'm saying? But they had no interactions with us. So that was the only time that they seen me since the split. You feel me? When I was at the show hosting for one of their artists. So when they artists won, they like, okay, they was worried about like me sabotaging the show so he couldn't win. When they found out he won, they was like, okay, wait, Boog probably not on BS with us. So they reached out to me, was like, man, slide by the studio, we want to chop it up with you. I slid by, and they was just excited, you know what I'm saying, that I ain't had no malice in my heart. And I'm like, well, I don't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm just trying to make my way, you feel me? And the owner seen me, you know what I'm saying, with them, because, he was posting in their stories. They was happy there was no beef. He seen that, and he decided to remove me from the company. You feel me? But what was crazy about that is, when he decided to do that, I warned the cast, like, look, he just seen me over here with these people, you know what I'm saying? He finna start woo up the band, so I'm just giving y'all a heads up. The only disappointing part about that is everybody who was on the cast at the time know me, you know what I'm saying? We all got behind the scenes relations, you feel me? Like, they know me as an artist, show host, they really know me. They know I don't do nothing negative, I don't be on no BS. When I warned the people that I needed to warn that was finna happen, when it happened, they all like turned they nose up to me, you know what I'm saying? As if I did something wrong. You feel me? And start acting funny towards me. Now I'm starting to hear all these rumors about I did this and I did that. And these are people who I helped open up doors for. So I'm like, wait a minute. I've never done nothing negative to none of you people. If you look at our resumes, if we was in court right now being judged, you know what I'm saying? And they asked about all my interactions which were positive, supporting you, helping you do this, woo out the bam. How, when I warn you that it's finna be a rift between me and him because I didn't discover something that I wasn't supposed to know. Remember the training day stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. Now I'm finna get assassinated, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all gonna act like I'm a negative person. I did it. I'm hearing
You
all.
brought that shit back full circle. You said, remember the training day? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
bro, like, I'm hearing because this is time out of my life. You can't get that back. You can get that dollar back. You
Right.
can't get this back. And when I'm doing these things, just like right now, when you finna lock in with me, you rock with me. You looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? This is something you want to do in life. You don't gotta waste energy doing negative stuff. You could just do that.
Right.
So while I'm pouring into people, I'm not pouring into people for you to try to follow me for something that you making up that's negative that you created. You supposed to be locking in tight with me because I'm pouring in strong energy to make us stronger and make our bond hold. So now I'm falling out with him for his reason. I've done nothing. You feel me? I look up, my name getting taken off the flyers and all that, and then I'm watching the people on the show starting to act funny towards me, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, how are you acting funny towards me? We ain't got no bad interactions, and I ain't even go public because I could have went public with what was going on. Felice actually slid in my inbox, and this is how I had to learn media. Because, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 3 years in media at the time. She like, Boog, whatever you was finna go public with, because she know me. If I get attacked and somebody lying on me, you know what I'm saying? I have no problem going public because I have nothing to hide. I never forget it. Fifi slid in my inbox. She was like, Boog, don't do it. She's like, 'cause whatever you finna do, no matter if you got evidence or you right or not, you gonna lose in the end. She was like, it ain't gonna look right. And I'm like, nah, Felice, damn that, because I'm hurt at the time. And bro, between me and you, I had put some money in that company. I had invested like $1,200 in that company for something that I never got. You feel me?
Let me.
It get there. And I don't have no problem with breaking it down because like I said, I didn't do nothing wrong. I ain't have no wrong intentions. I invested, like that's a production company. I'm trying to get videos, websites put up, this, that, and the third. I invested, you know what I'm saying? And things weren't what it was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I never got none of that stuff. I never got my dollars back, you know what I'm saying?
So you know what I'm saying, these industries, you know what I'm saying, even though to the world they big, but they still small, you know what I'm saying? Like the music, the podcast, you still bump into, you know what I'm saying? Like if me and Boog ain't cool, I'm bumping to you, you know what I'm saying? So dude, what's it like, you know what I'm saying, when you bump into these people, you know what I'm saying, now, you know what I'm saying, after things done played out, how they played out?
You know what kills me about that? The room get uncomfortable for people who bumped heads with me. Because for everybody who can tell you they got a problem in the industry, they can't stand in front of a camera and stand in front of me and actually be like, I got a problem with you because of this, that, and the third, because it's all made up. It's people that have fell out with me, you know what I'm saying, for BS, when I done did righteous stuff for them. Stuff that I've never done to make them follow with me, that they done made up in their head because they already had a certain feeling towards me. Like when somebody always feeling some way towards you, they try to find something current to justify when that shit was already premeditated. So the room gets small for a lot of them because a lot of people who fell out with me, we've actually talked behind the scenes, and I just let them know. And this is my reaction towards anybody. Like me and you right now could be rocking, and if you was on BS with me behind the scenes and I didn't know it and I found out, I would approach you the same way I approached everybody. I would approach from a hurt perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because as an adult, we ain't got to rock with each other. We ain't got to do this, but we trying to lock in and do something productive. I'm not finna come over here to your crib and your setup, you know what I'm saying, for something negative. So I would approach everybody the same. Hey, this hurt me because while I'm publicly repping your name and speaking of your name on all these platforms, interviews, like I do people who I'm fond of, look at any interview, I'm always shouting names out like you just seen me do now. Behind the scenes, them people on BS with me while I'm publicly representing them. That's hurtful. So when I found it out, I have the right as a human to let you know how I feel about that. Hey, you was being phony with me, dogging me, sneak dissing me, screenshotting me.
And that's a courtesy, because I don't be telling people shit. Sure.
You was doing all that while I was representing you and rocking with you, and you made up a BS reason to justify that. I ain't rocking with you. You foul, you dirty. You whopped the band. Every person who I done had that kind of situation with behind the scenes, instead of just leaving it right there, like, you know what, I wait for it to calm down, come back to them as I was wrong. They never hold themselves accountable. They always go gather people to create a I don't like Boog committee. What's gonna happen is like what you just said. I'm gonna keep leveling up. The room's gonna get smaller for you because it happened before. I done seen a bunch of people who make up some stuff to get into it with me that I ain't do nothing to. Now they gotta fall in line because they're in the room and I'm running the room. And I do not do nothing.
Right, you going around telling everybody like Boog, but he doing these concerts and on stage, these
Looking out
don't nobody like him though.
Opportunities. You feel me? I've been in situations like that, and you would never know I fell out with these people because I'm the utmost professionalist. The situations that be going on behind the scenes, I ain't got no business being in the same room with them. But you would never know because I'm really professional, because I really care about my representation. If it was not that, bro, it'd be up there. Hey, you wrong me. You know what I'm saying? In my book, I'm validated. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. But no, I still want to make it. And then plus, you got a lot of bitch ass, pussy ass niggas and females in this industry. They do fuck shit, and then they try to go get other people to carry their emotion when it's time for them to be convicted of themselves. They lack self-conviction. So if I know I fucked over you, instead of me just dealing with that feeling in my stomach until you see me again. I gotta go put that energy in somebody else. Now I'm creating enemies for you. I have people creating enemies for me, and they don't even have no reason to dislike a
When
nigga.
I do bump into you, Polo, I got somebody on my
I got that
pad. I'm sure.
for no reason, bro. Like
Sure.
that's how it happens. But I've been in the room with a lot of brands and people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of me and the brands and talked over some situations where we see how the industry played it. But it's like a couple of brands I'll never forgive because it was like when I rock with you and I give you my trust and my heart and my money and my passion and all that, this is me. And I'm in my 30s, nigga. I'm 38. You feel me? So all this stuff I'm talking about is I'm 36, 35, 30. I'm fully grown with kids and shit like that. Like, don't do me like that. If you're not fucking with me, just let me know that. Don't have me keep rocking with you and you finessing me, you on bullshit with me, and then when shit hit the scene, you lying to a populated crowd because you don't want to be held accountable. I'm more embarrassed than you are that I had to go through that and I had to get fucked
Distance
up.
yourself and shit.
You worried about a motherfucker hearing that you was on bullshit and judges you, nigga. I'm the one that had to go through it and get mistreated and get finessed out the bread and all that. Don't do me like that. You feel?
For sure, for sure. So I'll be remiss, you know what I'm saying, as I get more into my talent, you know what I'm saying, I'll be remiss to leave any stone unturned, leave any question unasked in this short amount of time that we got, man. So when I met you, it was up at Loud Money, you know what I'm saying. I was doing the camera work, you was hosting, you know what I'm saying. I met D. I interviewed D and she invited me on. She was like, they need some camera work. And she invited me through, and that's how I started coming around. You know what I'm saying? Through D. You know what I'm saying? So if you could talk to me about the Megastar connection. You know what I'm saying? Your time at Loud Money. You know what I'm saying? The OG. You know what I'm saying? And what was your time like at Loud Money? And what does that stand out? Because not only was you at the show I was doing, you was on a few other shows outside of the one I was coming up to do. So
Yeah.
what was that like? And what does that stand out?
I'm a Loud Money alumni, man. Like, you feel me? I've been rocking with Steve ever since I met him. The first time he seen me perform, nigga tried to sign me. I still got the contract of my drawer right now. I don't know, man. It's just we both from Englewood. We connect. He always liked my talent, but when he got to talk to me behind the scenes, he seen I was a little bigger than what I was displaying myself to be. He was always one of them pillars that was motivating me. Steve was actually one of the first people to tell me, don't get caught in promotional wars. He's like, it's promotional wars going on. Don't worry about that. You could be known right here, but they don't know you over here. So try to brand yourself as many places as possible, you know what I'm saying? So we rocked out, and right around the time where I was doing UG, see, what people fail to realize is you could have restarts and self-destructs right in front of people's eyes. You can do that in the midst of being consistent because you're so consistent, they don't know that you're rebranding or you went through something. Like right now, you could be doing this every week, but you could be going through something behind the scenes. But as long as your production is consistent, we won't know. So like in front of the public eye, I was going through turmoil, you know what I'm saying? I created a group and a label, you know what I'm saying, that went sour because of some bad apples. And all this was happening at the same time. My relationship with UG had went sour, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of was like out of radio and media for like a month or two, and it felt weird because this is something I've been doing consistently my whole life. I mean, my whole 3 straight years consistently with no break, every week. Even on holiday weekends, I'm doing something media,
That's when it's busting, I'm sure.
super bussing. So you go to me sitting down for a minute, and I'm saying not doing nothing. And I remember Megastar, all while I was on UG, he was telling me he's gonna come up with a new radio show. He used to host a radio show with Magic. It used to be called Hood Radio, Loud Money Radio, way out west. You know what I'm saying? I used to go do interviews with them. He said he's gonna get back into the radio, and he was always telling me, "Bud, come rock with him, come rock with him." So I was like, okay. At the time, I ain't want to do it because you know what I'm saying, I was so dedicated to UG. I was trying to see could I balance both. Then when the shit went wrong with me and UG, I had a sour taste in my mouth. I kind of didn't want to do media and radio because I was so upset at how that went. Like I dedicated so much to that man, never did nothing wrong at all. I couldn't believe that our relationship had went like that. So I'm kind of like trying to shy away from the media. And then I just was like, you know what? He kept hitting me up like, "Bud, come on, man." So I came. He had like 12 people on the show at first. So I was like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Then when it went down to like just him and Emilio, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on the show. You know what I'm saying? So we was doing Boss Talk at my radio before we went to FMP. You know what I'm saying? It was just me, him, and Emilio. You know what I'm saying? And he had a girl named Miami who used to be a background dancer for Miranda Wright. He brought her on the show, giving her opportunity. So that was the original cast. Something happened where I got into a car accident. He moved the radio station to FMP. Now I was healing from a car accident, so when I came back to Boss Talk, it was a new staff. It was Miss Rose, Born Rich, Amina, and I think somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, whenever you get ready and you get healed, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna bring you back to the show. So to them, they thinking like I'm new to the show. And I'm reminding them like, nah, I've been doing this. I've been a part of this show before y'all. And I've been doing this radio media stuff for a minute. Y'all may not know, do some research on me, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that pretty much was going on. I've always did like, I always just branded myself with Steve, you feel me? He, as a person that usually used to be in a lot of controversy, but I used to see the good in him. So I used to always like take my popularity and go attach it to him just to get some of the heat off his back. Like if somebody say he a janky promoter or he'll jank you out of something, he'll finesse you out of something. And I got the power of the people. The people always gonna rock with me. I would go over there and go get the camera and be like, hey, I'm over here rocking with homie. Yeah, me. I'm over here type shit to let motherfuckers know like, nah, fuck the rumors. Come see for yourself type shit. And usually I feel like my opinion with him, when stuff go wrong with people, it's because they don't ever tell a real business. Like if he be like, do you got this shit in order? And you be like, yeah. And then he further to go do business with you. And then when residuals come around, he getting paid off shit because his shit in order, your shit not. You got to hold yourself accountable for it. Nah, I seen niggas not do that. I seen niggas, oh, you did this. You trying to get paid off this. No, that man sat down and asked you, do you got all this in order? And niggas would be like, yeah, instead of, nah, I don't got this registered. I don't got to help me out yet. That's what I be seeing shit be going. But if I was me and him, we was straight. I was doing the Loud Money Radio because he always wanted me to do that, the separate show from Boss Talk. And he was like, you know, we're going to bring another person on to the show. You feel me? After going through what I went through in UG, I didn't want to bring nobody else on our radio shows. I'm like, if I bring somebody on the show, they going to fuck around, get acting funny towards me. You know, if I fall out with the owner, they going to be too busy trying to stay glued to the production. They going to forget the bond we made in real life. I don't want to go through that no more. Only motherfucker I feel like that really held me down was Lissa Blair. You feel me? That's why that's my best friend. She stuck with me through the thick and thin, you feel me? I didn't want to bring nobody. I ain't want to be affiliated with nobody people. If you ain't already have them on the show, I ain't bringing nobody in. So he kept telling me he wanted to bring Delectable in. I had already knew her from doing shows. She used to come to the shows, be supportive. She was creating mixtapes back then, trying to get artist exposure. I already fell in love with her. So when he was telling me he was going to bring her, I was excited. What I didn't know is she was going to come so polished like that. Y'all came in that bitch. I missed 1 week. I came back the next week. It was like a whole new show. It was cameras in there. It was all polished up. And I was like, yeah, some things need a woman's touch. So I was rocking with the shit, man.
We linked up at the same time then. Because when I came up there, I just met D probably like a week previously on Shorty.
She spoke so highly of you, though. She was like, I got this cameraman, you know what I'm saying? He got some potential, ooh, out the bam. She warned us before she did it. And when she came and brought it, I sat back. If you look at the episodes, I kind of wasn't like being the lead host. I was just sitting back like riding off her because I liked it. I'm like, this the shit. It's comfortable.
I fuck with D forever on Shorty. She brought me around. Like, I started doing this shit, but I ain't like get to linking up with like all y'all with like the industry until I met D. Like, she hey, you want to go here? You want to go there? You want to on Shorty?
She's such I swear, man. People like D get misused in this industry.
And I tell her that shit all the time on Shorty. She'll bring me a situation. I'm like, cause you too nice, Shorty.
She a real down to earth.
Feeding everybody and shit. Everybody don't deserve to get fed, Shorty.
I swear, cause I had to start learning this in my part of life. Like, God put people in situations for a reason. Sometimes I will feel a sense of compulsiveness for him, like, you know what, if it's something in my life I can alter to help in your situation, I'm going to do that. Sometimes you got to be like, oh, God got that for a reason, goddammit, because it's so many times I alternated shit in my life to help people, and they done turned around, and once they got into their mode, start opposing me. When you in a vulnerable state, and you reaching out to me, and you plead, and you crying to me about something, and I feel your pain, and I start supporting you, once you get back on your feet, you ain't supposed to get on bullshit with me, because when you was in that downtime, I wasn't picking on you or taking advantage of you. I was trying to build your strength back up. I don't want to remind you of having to help you in your downtime because you didn't get back up. You on bullshit with a person or you showing your true colors. That shit happens a lot in this industry. Sure. You would meet somebody who's so down to earth, but really they ass kissing until they get into their mode. They get into their mode, you see the ugly. It's people right now that's sitting around our peers who I've had to help and support. Especially when it's told to me, hey, do this for this person, Boog. Let this person host with you. Let you do this for this person. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, all right, man, I'm going to do it. And then next thing you know, this motherfucker done got to smelling themselves, and now they talking shit to me and came at me on the internet, all kind of shit. And I had to go remind the motherfucker, I've never done nothing to you. I've never done nothing but looked out for you to support you. And now this is what you doing now. You coming at a nigga talking crazy. Like, if that's the case, when I was told to do this for you, I could have been like, hell no. If I'd have limited the opportunities that I was told to help you out with, you know what I'm saying? Where would you get the experience from to be able to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? See, people will hear that and get mad, but you got to understand, this is time that we investing in this shit. I'm not coming out to invest time to get over on you or fuck over you. So if I'm hosting a show or hosting a radio show and somebody on the show tells me to do something for somebody else that's going to help them, I'm going to do it. You're not supposed to take that love and turn around and get on bullshit. Because I would still wear that. I may not still show it to you out in public, but you won't be able to get in my realm no more. I will be right next to you and won't say a word to you because it's like, nah, when you had me in your best interest, that's what you did. I didn't do nothing to you, and then you decided to do that, so I can't fuck with you.
For sure, man. Hey, this was a classic, man. Part two on the way, man. You gotta
Yeah,
slide
it
back on me,
is.
Joe.
Yeah, it is. Cause
You
I
got,
got I got to rock with Mo,
you
man.
gotta slide back on me, Joe.
I got to rock with him, man. Look,
I'm
everybody, I want y'all to salute my boy, man. Look, he been in this shit like he said. He ain't been doing it too many years, but he got a passion for it. He won a very, very, very popular award for it. So I want y'all to keep subscribing to the channels, keep booking, keep paying for them performances. Know what I'm saying? So we can keep them consistent. We want to see him grow and get bigger and bigger, man. Shout out to 290 Mo. Rock with him, Joe. Like, vows
gratitude.
improved, man.
Gratitude, man. Let them know what you working on. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know they can find the music, all that good
Singles
shit.
is being flooded, man. I've been working on this album for so long. I'm just gonna start giving y'all the singles. I Am Bowser, hosted by the world renowned DJ K Caesar. Got to put some more bread back on him, man. 'Cause I've been keeping his name for a minute. Project ain't dropped, but I dropped 2 singles off of it. Y'all know him, Yop and Bigfoot. You can find him on every platform, the same name, ABoog Carter. I got a lot of dope features. My boy Taco on the album, Beats, Sinatra's. I got my girl Cash Go Crazy. Half the album's produced by Two Official. I've did joints off Corey Ether, Egilla Beats, know what I'm saying? My boy JG, I do this from the group I created, We Over East. So it's like, you can expect a lot of that. And you can also find me touring 20 cities out of a month. We'll put the city on. Road manager DJ JT the Don. Shout out J Global Visuals, man. That's another one of the managers. My boy McGill, you know what I'm saying? We be working. Travel Kings, that's the road team. DJ Profit. And shout out to all the media, man. Shop Talk, Power 92 Shondell, Shabliz, Delectable, whenever she's doing her shows, wherever she's at. BB, all y'all. To all the new media, man, salute to all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, because it's really hard doing this. This game can get crazy, especially when you're funding your own things. But we appreciate y'all because as underground artists, we need all of these outlets. Without these outlets, we have no place to display our talents. We don't give a chance for y'all to find out who we really are. So if y'all may not like the music, but like the personality and grow to like the music, it's because of platforms like the 290 podcast and all these glorious radio shows. Know what I'm saying? Ken folks, all you guys, we appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. Reese Money, all y'all, Rich Babies, every radio show that's out, Walla Cam, every show, Felice, the Turner Radio, the orchestration, the Andre, the show that you and Q Ball and Jilla got, like every platform, you feel me? It's very much needed. So definitely.
Man, that's a hell of a closing, man. Y'all look out for part two on the way.
Yeah.
In a minute. Gang.
Get y'all some of this merch too, man.
You know that.
Feel me? Salute.